So I think the message is very clear, right? And obviously, many of you are not doing this as a holiday, I hope, right? There is a reason why you are part of this. You are searching, right? This whole journey is not about what you see outside. It's an inner journey. The train is a metaphor for how deep are you willing to go within yourself. The more you go within, the more you will discover what your purpose is, right? That is more important, right? Actually, this journey is not about Dr. Venkataswamy. This journey is not about Mahatma Gandhi. Right? You will visit these institutions, but this journey is about you at the core of the heart. It is about you trying to discover. It is not about we clapping for Mahatma Gandhi or Dr. Venkataswamy. Who is going to be the next Mahatma Gandhi, next Gandhi or Dr. V or people like them who will transform this country and the world? That's what is the purpose of this journey. That's how I understand this journey. I'm sure that's the main reason why Shashank and Ashutosh, all of these people are doing this year after year on the 15th. So I want to very clearly say, let us celebrate these heroes. They are important, but they are not the reason why you're doing the journey. They are dead and gone. They are history. The future is all of you sitting here. If you have to make a change, all of you need to make a change in this country and the world. So what is the purpose of the Yatra? I had mentioned, right? So you read a lot about Aravind, Suresh shared extensively about the work that is being done. Who will share the work that you do in the next 30 years? 30 years from now, when a Yatri team visits your institution that you set up, who will be that person speaking and what you would have done that they'll be sharing with pride? Suresh is sharing with pride. I'm sharing with pride. What kind of work that you will do in your lifetime that others will get inspired by the work that you do, right? That's a very important point for you to make a transition. The question then comes is, how do I know? Like the questions that was raised. I'm coming and seeing these people. How do I do this journey? How did Mahatma Gandhi become a Gandhi? How did Dr. V become a Dr. V? Right? That's a very important question, right? Who they are, we all know. We have read Gandhi from the day one, from our schools to our, wherever we go, we hear about Mahatma Gandhi. Wherever we go, we hear about people like Swami Vivekananda, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela. We hear about the people. How do you become one of them? Are they God sent? Are they avatars? Or are they simple, common people like you and me? They are, right? They are not born any different from you and me. It should not be very different for you and me to become a Mahatma Gandhi or a Dr. Venkataswamy, right? There has to be a process. They went through. It can't be an accident, right? You can't say that Dr. Gandhi became Mahatma by accident. Dr. V became an accident. Accidents happen in a fraction of a second. But these people have spent a lifetime to become who they are, right? So my purpose of this presentation is not to talk about Aravind or Mahatma Gandhi. It's talk about you. What is the purpose? How do you go about cultivating this journey? How do you go about nurturing yourself to become somebody in this life? So that is the purpose of this talk of mine. What is more interesting to me in both Mahatma Gandhi, Dr. V and all the role models that they meet is, why did they do it? Who gave the courage and job description to Dr. V to say you have to eliminate needless blindness? Who gave the courage and conviction to Mahatma Gandhi that a very simple man from Gujarat, not a very complex man, right? And a simple man, who gave him the job description that you will have to get freedom for this country? Very difficult, right? Where do you get a job description? If you work for salary, people will give you a job description. Did Gandhi work for salary? Did Dr. V work for salary? So you really want to make a big transformation. It's what is called as a life task. Why are we so excited about all these people? It's their life's task. They did not have two compartments. Most people in life have two compartments. One is your work compartment. I make a living. I earn some money. The second compartment is where I'll have fun and I'll enjoy my life. I'll do some charity in between, right? For these people, it was not fun. It was not salary. It was not money. The entire life was fused into something more grander, their own small, once in a lifetime that they live, right? It's much, much, much larger. So please, wherever you go, focus on why did they do it. That's very important, right? The second question is, how did they do it, right? Let me try to figure out, right? Let me try to share what could have happened to them and what could happen to you. I'm not too much worried about Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. V. They have have a very great life. They are great role models. It is not about them. Whatever I'm sharing, it is for you to reflect deeply, to reach that pedestal. How many of you become a Mahatma Gandhi or Dr. V? I don't know. How many of you become billionaires in this audience? I don't know. I'm sure 2-3 of you will become billionaires by just the odds of having all the youngsters in one room. 2-3 of them will become billionaires. 2-3 of them will become a Hitler. All the probabilities exist in this room. You are a microcosm of all possibilities that can happen in the decades to come. So how do you discover your purpose of life, right? That is more interesting to me to talk to you. Is that a good question to ask? Yes. Is that relevant to you all? Yes. 6 steps. I'll tell you where I get these steps from, but I'll go through the steps and finally share with you where I got this gist from and where I got my inspiration. First is identify your life task. I'm assuming all of you are in this journey. You're taking 15, 16 days off. You have applied for it. Somewhere you're searching something deeply. Right? This is not a holiday trip that you're going to somewhere, right? So somewhere deep within there is a restlessness. Somewhere you realize that, oh, if I'm part of this journey, if I go through the country, if I meet these role models, can I get my spark going? Will something start burning within my heart? Will the passion get kindled? Right? That's very important. That's the first step of the journey. Second is apprenticeship. I'll elaborate this each one. Third is finding and working with a mentor. Very important. You will realize when I talk about the mentor, how Gandhi became a Mahatma, who all helped him in the journey. Gandhi didn't do it alone. Dr. V did not do it alone. It is a journey. It is like, how butterfly comes out? Does butterfly was born as a butterfly? How does butterfly come out? Same 6 stages butterfly goes through. Right? There is a caterpillar. Then it becomes a pupa. I'm sure there are multiple other stages. I'm missing a few. But it goes through a transformation. Gandhi went through a transformation. Dr. V went through a transformation. Both of them did it willingly. Are you willing to go through that transformation? Please remember, Dr. V became Dr. V at the age of 58. Don't expect miracles to happen. I'm 23, I'm restless. Fine. If you are maybe if you are a Virat Kohli or a Sachin Tendulkar, by 23 you are already an icon. Nothing wrong. In that game, that is how it is. But in the game of life, it does not start that early. You need to put your time. You need to work on things, right? Social intelligence, I'll elaborate again. Unlocking creativity and mastery. So identify your life task. All of you, right? I'm sure many of you are here. You talk to Bill Gates about his life history. Bill Gates says, I was very excited about computers. The school that I joined had the first computer in the society, in the community, somewhere near Boston. My mother was working in a company. She gave me access. Looks like, at the age of 12 or 13, the spark was there. Steve Jobs dropped out of every college he went. He attended multiple courses. So he was inspired by design. He was inspired by technology, right? I'm sure each one of you are inspired by something. A child would say, I want to become a policeman. I want to build a car. I want to become a plane. I'm sure Elon Musk thought that way. I'm sure people thought crazy. He didn't realize he was crazy. He just pursued his dream. Right? People like Gandhi, people like Dr. V, people like them who are bringing big changes, believe those passionate beliefs. These are primal beliefs that are there deeply ingrained in you. Dr. V had the belief of, I need my life to be useful to others. Mahatma Gandhi had a belief that people should not be oppressed because of who they are. Everybody should be served. That's why Gandhi fought in Africa too. Gandhi was not fighting only in India. He was willing to fight for anybody and everybody because that was his approach, and he had a very global outlook way back. So what are you good at? I'm sure you're good at something, right? You're good at some task you're really good at. If you're a cricket player, within the game you're either a batsman or a bowler or a wicket keeper or a fielder. You have to identify what are you good at. You have to identify what are your primal beliefs and what motivates you, what excites you, right? Maybe you're in the school, it doesn't excite you. The math does not excite you. The physics does not excite you. The drama excites you. The dance excites you. So something in the art side. How do you know how many of you can become a Shah Rukh Khan in this audience? I don't know. How many of you can become the most beautiful actress in this country and the world? I don't know. It's a great industry. So I just want you to be introspective and understand what sparks in you, what brings smile to you, what makes you tick. You know, when you're talking in the class, everybody is bored about a class, and suddenly you talk about drama. These two people will climb up and they're very animated. They talk about everything. Then you realize that is what is the core passion that they have. So try to understand what it is. What are you obsessed with? You know, you see some people obsessed with video games. I was talking to somebody, saying that this kid is playing video games. He wants to become a doctor, but I don't know what he does. Actually, that gentleman said something to me which was very interesting. He said, trust me, Aravind, in the future, all your surgeries are going to be like video games. The more nimble your fingers are, the better you are. Allow him to play video games, he'll be a good surgeon later. So you don't even know, right? You don't even know what you do today, how does it get connected to what you will become in the years and decades to come. And what are your life experience? You would have seen, some of you would have seen suffering. Some of you would have seen parents very successful. Some of you would have seen your parents toiled their entire life to go put you into college or get you educated. So you have your own life experiences, right? In different forms and facets. Try to understand that, get it deeply. And please avoid false paths and frequent change of paths. Gandhi stood his ground. Dr. Venkateswamy stood his ground. You can't dig 1 feet in 100 places. You have to dig one place 100 feet, then you will get water. So please remember, it's a long journey, it's a marathon. It does not happen in a spark. If it happens in a spark, trust me, it will go away. Right? Anything that happens, if you don't deserve it, obviously there is no point in you having it, right? And apprenticeship is very, very, very important. Where do you think Mahatma Gandhi had his apprenticeship? When did Mahatma Gandhi go to Africa? At what age? He went at the age of 23. He was there for 21 years. That Gandhi was not known to anybody before he came to India. He was not known. Last few years of his life in Africa, he was known. His new ways of struggle and all that was known. So Gandhi spent 20 years hidden. Like a seed you sow in the ground, it is hidden, right? For the first 20 days, 30 days, it does not show. Even after 3 to 5 years, it does not give you a fruit. Mango tree gives a fruit after 4 to 5 years. So 5 years in your life, you have to realize you will have to nurture yourself. You will have to retain, you have to be very, very patient in this journey of apprenticeship. Value learning over money. Don't go to the person who is paying the most. Go to the person who is willing to teach you the most. That's what Gandhi did. Gandhi did not go to Africa to just make money. Gandhi went to Africa because Africa was where Gandhi became a butterfly. Gandhi went as a caterpillar to Africa. You are all assuming, I'm using the same methodology, same synergy. You are all caterpillars trying to crawl around the country. Right? You're trying to crawl around this country to understand what kind of a butterfly I should become. What is this transformation I'm going to go through? Deep observation, very important. That's why I said, when you look at Gandhi and Dr. V like people, please don't just appreciate their work. Do appreciate, I appreciate, but observe them, understand them, read about them, what motivated them. Who are the people who helped them? Where did they get these ideas? I'll explain to you a little bit more when I speak about the other areas. And please have the discipline, right? You see cricket players, you see movie actors. How many people start playing cricket in this country? How many people start playing football in this world? How many people become Ronaldo? How many people become Messi? How many people become Virat Kohli? How many people become Rohit Shetty? Or in the movie industry, how many people become the most famous actors? A minuscule, a needle in a haystack. Millions and millions of people start playing the game, every game. Hardly 1 or 2 reach up to the top. You need luck. Luck is very important, I'm not denying it, but luck is not the only reason. They go through a certain process, like apprenticeship. Gandhi had 23 years of apprenticeship. Dr. V was in Madras, RIO, Regional Institute of Ophthalmology, for about 15 years. And Dr. V was bedridden for 3 years. You ask, right? where is Dr. V's empathy coming from? Why is Dr. V feeling so much empathy towards people? It was not by accident. It was not that he sat in a room and dreamed about it. He was bedridden because of arthritis for 3 years. He was taken by a wheelchair wherever he went by other people. He realized, if this is what is suffering, if this is the pain, if I get better, I'll try to address one form of suffering. That is how he came. He wanted to become a gynecologist or an obstetrician because he saw a young woman dying in that village. Look at how life's lessons come. That's why I said you have to have deep observation. Somebody may tell you something, that could be the starting point of a significant unfolding of what you all can do in your life in the next 3 or 4 decades. Experimenting with new ideas. Don't restrict yourself. I'm sure that this whole journey is that, right? This journey is not easy. I'm sure when Mr. Shashank started this journey, they had so much of bureaucratic hurdles, but he didn't let it go. He fought with all the authorities. He got it going. Now 15 years, it looks like a simple, straightforward process. But when he started the journey, this whole journey was in one person's head. It was Shashank's head. Whole of Aravind Eye Hospital is in one person's head, Dr. V. Whole of Indian freedom struggle was in one person's head. That's not fair. A lot of other people contributed, but Mahatma Gandhi was spearheading that journey. I wouldn't say that's true for Dr. V, that's true for Shashank. Many people contribute to your dream, and your dream slowly starts getting built. That's what I want to tell you. If somebody is looking at, I don't have a purpose, wait for the purpose, let it come. But be in the right direction, start observing yourself, and keep expanding your horizons. Don't stop with one small area. Explore. This is a stage. That age group, when I say, this age is not a cutoff, right? This is an apprenticeship is when you're moving out of formal education. Formal education, I'm assuming you'll move out at 22, 23, 24, right? From that formal education to you gaining wisdom. It's a very different journey. Formal education gives you a degree, but for you to learn and do something on the ground, start executing, you need those 15, 20 years of apprenticeship. So be willing to give that time. Big things don't happen overnight. That's the point I'm trying to make. Have patience. Be willing to give that time. The other aspect is mentor. Who was Mahatma Gandhi's mentor? Tolstoy. Leo Tolstoy was Mahatma Gandhi's mentor. First ashram that he set up in Africa was called as Tolstoy Farm. Tolstoy died in 1910. 1909 to 1910, Mahatma Gandhi and Tolstoy had a multiple correspondence. Please remember, we look at Gandhi and get enamored. Gandhi needed a mentor. The whole Satyagraha movement came from a letter that was written by Tolstoy to one of the Indian freedom fighter. He says a letter to a Hindu. It says, adapt non-violence way of fighting. Share everything like in an ashram setting. So Gandhi did not manufacture the idea. Please be aware of it. Who was the mentor for Dr. V? Sir John Wilson. Sir John Wilson was a blind man. Dr. V did not manufacture the idea of community ophthalmology and build it. He had the seed. Sir John Wilson was the mentor who guided him. So ask your question, who is your mentor? You won't find them immediately. You may find. When did Gandhi find Dr. Nelson Mandela? At the age of, Tolstoy at the age of 40. Gandhi was born in 1869, and he found his mentor in 1909. So exactly when he was 40, he found his mentor. So don't be in a rush. You will find your mentor. If you're open, as they say, right? When the student is ready, the teacher shows up. When the teacher is ready, the student shows up. So it's very important for you to be open to these ideas, right? Gandhi was open, Dr. V was open. So if you are open, you might get somebody. These mentors are very important, right? This mentor has to mean well for you. Not a pseudo mentor, not somebody who is trying to make you feel good. This is not a session to boost your ego. This is a person who will put a mirror in front of you and say, what are all the things that you need to improve? It's like a coach in a game. When you play cricket, somebody is watching your game from outside. Oh, your stance is not right. Your guard is not right. The way you play is not right. The way you dribble the ball is not right. You use more of your left leg than the right leg. Your left leg is more stronger. Things like that, which you will never be able to understand and appreciate. It's the other person who can see that more closely. Because we all have a big blind spot. We don't see ourselves. very closely, but we see others with a microscope, right? When someone else looks at your life, they'll be able to see your life very clearly. So in this team, you may find a mentor, but be open to a mentor in your life. And not that you need to have one mentor. I'm only talking about Tolstoy and Sir John Wilson, but I'm sure Mahatma Gandhi, Tilak was a big mentor for Gandhi. When Gandhi came from Africa, Balaganga Tilak said, please go around the country before you start doing anything. That's how he got into the third class compartment, went around the country. I'm sure that was the inspiration for Shashank to go around the country, right? That's how it works, right? All these Padayatras, all of this started with that one man giving a vision to Gandhi, and people try to learn and build on it. And mentor gives support, confidence, directions, and space to discover things on your own. Sometimes your teachers could have made you feel small. Sometimes by accident. Even your parents could have made you feel small. But if you get the right mentor, they will give you wings to fly. They will tell you what you are not good at. They will tell you what your weak points. But they are people who are interested in you. They are emotionally connected to you. Please find a mentor in your journey. The other important point, both for Mahatma Gandhi and all the leaders, right? They had a tremendous social intelligence. Look at Mahatma Gandhi, right? This gentleman says, I will walk to the beach and I will take salt. I won't depend. Simple. If you and I walk to the beach and take salt, will anybody care for it? Nobody cares for it, right? A simple day-to-day act, he made it and he connected to the common people. Mahatma Gandhi, before the internet days, before everything, was fasting in Rajgah or in Sabarmati. The whole country fasted for him. The whole country stopped violence because this one man was fasting. Today, please fast here. Put in WhatsApp, put in social media. Will the country listen to you? Right? So he accumulated that kind of power. These are not power that comes from power place. These are powers that builds from within. He cultivated his conviction. He cultivated that power. And you and I can do it. It is not rocket science to do it. But we need to go through that journey. You need to go through that, what you call it as metamorphosis. You change, you transform yourself from one to the other. The other way to look at it is, the other word is alchemy. These two people have become from base metal to precious metal. Both Mahatma Gandhi, people like Gandhi, people like Dr. B. So how do you go through that transformation of alchemy or metamorphosis is the most important aspect of this journey. To me, this is a very significant inner journey you're going through. Please reflect on that. Learn to observe people. You have to be very, very careful when you observe people. All people are double-edged swords. All of us are mixed blessings. All of us have good, bad, like in your food. There is sweet, there is sour, there is something which is hot. So it's a mix of all those things. So understand people. Good people may mean bad for you. Bad people may mean good for you. Right? Dr. B gives eye care to everybody, good, bad and ugly. Doesn't matter if he's a prisoner, if he's a murderer, doesn't matter. Gandhi got the freedom for everybody in this country. And some people say the country got freedom and then everybody has become corrupt. So when you do something great, good, it touches everybody, right? So be aware of it. This social intelligence is very important. Gandhi is not a one man, one island. Gandhi is connecting people. He's a networking person. Dr. V is not an island. So tomorrow if you want to make big transformation, learn to put your effort and energy into network with people. This is a great forum. 500 of you from different parts of the world trying to come together and create a network. Today with social media, until your lifetime, this connection will remain. Will it not? Somebody will post something, So this 500 will be the 16th batch of, and then you're connected to that 8,000 people who are already there, right? You're suddenly part of a club. And this club can help you, guide you, may be useful for you. And final point on this, very important, right? When you want to do great things, move away from self-absorption. Don't always think about yourself. Move away. Shift the center of access to the other person. Very important. Mahatma Gandhi shifted the center of access from him. He didn't say, what will people think of me? If I wear this only loin cloth, no shirt, nothing, what will people? He didn't care. But he was also a beautiful artist. Dr. V. Gandhi was a beautiful artist. Look at it. If I take off my shirt and I only wear, will anybody care for it? Nobody will care for it. But Mahatma Gandhi does it, it becomes an act of valor, a precious act. So please remember, you have to be aware of what people do, connect with people. That's all I'm saying. Gandhi connected with people. We didn't even know they were the audience in freedom struggle. But Gandhi, by shedding his clothes, he connected to 80% of this country, because those were the people who were in the fields who were working at that point of time. The other point is unlocking creativity. You know, when you're all going through this journey, these 6 steps, this is the 5th step. You have finished your apprenticeship, you've got your mentor, you're ready. That's the time you create your own path. Dr. V created his own path at the age of 58. Till then, he played within the system. You've seen, I know I'm using cricket as an example. You know this player, Virendra Sehwag? There is no rules that will apply to him. All the rules of cricket will not apply. One end of the game, Sachin Tendulkar will be playing. All rules will apply to him. Man plays with a beautiful definition of cricket. That's the classic shot that he plays. You know, he's the one. And here comes Sehwag. Even Sehwag does not know what shot he plays. Because Sehwag unleashed his creativity. Tendulkar was successful within the grammar of cricket. Sehwag was successful when he moved beyond the grammar of cricket. Dr. V moved beyond the grammar of eye care. At 58, you have to retire. That's the rules of the game. Dr. V somebody did not tell Dr. V that you have to retire. You have to stop playing the game. He kept playing the game. Same with Mahatma Gandhi. He kept playing the game till he was final days of his life. So please remember, you should find your own creative ways of doing things. Don't follow the crowd. Why are we talking about all these people? Because they didn't follow the crowd. They created their own path. But they went through a journey to identify themselves. They had such deep conviction. When they stood up as giants. They had that deep conviction that they could change the world, right? And that's what you have seen, multiple people you have seen, right? Even youngsters, right? Mark Zuckerberg, at 18 years, connecting social media, Facebook, WhatsApp. What would he have thought? How did even that inspiration come? You know, when he bought WhatsApp for $13 billion or something like that, right? I was wondering, why would he buy something like this where such a trivial messaging service? And today, look at it. The whole world is run on WhatsApp and the social media and the Instagrams of the world as we speak. So don't ignore that. You also have to move beyond the boundaries. Where did Nelson Mandela apprentice? In the prison. Nelson Mandela spent exactly 22, 23 years in the prison. If you and I go to prison for 23 years, will you come out as a Nelson Mandela? No, right? It's a journey. It's that metamorphosis that happens within that 23 years. So please remember that. Start reading. Start understanding people. Watch your people. Don't always think, don't be self-absorbed. What am I doing? What is it? What people will think of me? Forget all that. Nobody has time to think of you. Nobody has time to think of you. 99.9% of the people always think of themselves. Am I looking good? Am I ready? Is my clothes good? What will they think of me? How will they appreciate me? That's how they spend their energy. So if you are that 0.1%, 0.2% who is willing to step out of the game, then the whole world opens up differently. You become Sehwag, you become Gandhi, you become Dr. V, you become Nelson Mandela. All that is possible if you are willing to step beyond those boundaries that people have drawn. You will start feeling intuitive. You know, it's Dr. V's ideas many a times looks like miracles. He was intuitively telling we have to make intraocular lens. Bunch of five doctors sitting in a room and saying, oh, we should make intraocular lens and supply to 150 countries. Doesn't look plausible, right? You are not an engineer, you don't have the money, you don't have any resources. But when you are at that stage of evolution, when you are that level of depth in your being, then your ideas are connected to the cosmic forces. Universal energy starts acting through you. That's why Gandhi was able to connect to people before the internet era. That's why he was able to move mountains in this country because his soul was connected to a larger purpose. And that too is not an accident. If you put your effort, it should happen because that's how the whole process looks like, right? Play to your strengths, unleash your life force. You know, we all work on a small battery all through our lives, right? Look like, where did the energy come from for Dr. B and Gandhi? They seem to have an energy source. Probably they had some alternate energy source which we don't know. For us, our energy comes from the fuel we have, the food we eat. But for those people, Gandhi was fasting for 22 days, but he had energy which was able to fascinate this nation, unite this nation. Please connect to that energy. That energy will show up. Even today, you see a 3-year-old, 2-year-old, that energy you and I don't have. They eat very little, but they can keep playing all through the day. How do you connect to that energy? That energy is, unless it was available, how do these people manage such large movements in this world, large organizations in this world? Have a global perspective. Again, boundaries of nations are man-made. Boundaries did not exist in this world before, this was done for convenience. This is Tamil Nadu, this is Kerala, this is Spain, this is England, this is America. All this is done for convenience for people to have same set of beliefs, same set of religion, same set of language. Please don't get caught in all these things. That's why you need to have global. That's why when I'm talking about Martin Luther King or Nelson Mandela, these are not people from one country. Leo Tolstoy is from Russia. Nelson Mandela is from South Africa. And Martin Luther King from America. Right? All these people are from different continents, but they are global citizens. They are global leaders, not restricted to one country and one small group of people. And go beyond boundaries, as I said earlier. Finally, this is my last slide. I also want to end with this slide. Suresh ended with this slide. This journey is for you to find something beautiful within. It is not about your intelligence. It's not about your capabilities. I genuinely wish you find your passion and you become the Gandhi, the Martin Luther King. This country, this world needs more of them. Thank you.